PokeMoshPit, I would love to introduce myself to those who haven't seen me on this channel before. I'm Mefesto, a 15 years old Wi-Fi battler from Russia. And today I bring you a battle against RedRoserade. And seeing his team beforehand, I'm assuming he's gonna lead either with his Zoroark or his Gengar, and I know that my Scarf Latias can deal with both of them easily. So he does lead off with his Gengar, and I am going to fire off a Draco Meteor, which definitely will kill him unless he has a Sash, which he does. And right here you will see that it is actually not a Gengar, it is a Zoroark. And he goes to the U-turn, probably predicting my switch. He was trying to scare me off with a Shadow Ball, but I'm pretty sure if it was a Gengar, I would have been able to live a Shadow Ball because it is a Latias, not a Latios. And as you know, Latias has more defenses. So he goes into Metagross, and I know I can switch out into my Gliscor and take whatever move he has unless it is Ice Punch. And he does go for the Bullet Punch, trying to finish off my Latias, and I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks right here just because I know I can live even an Ice Punch because I'm running max defense and max HP. So he's going to get a Freeze Hex right here, which is actually pretty annoying simply because I would have been able to eventually go for the Roost several times, and as you know, Roost does get rid of your flying type for the rest of the turn, so it means that the Ice Punch would have been only 2 times super effective, which means it would have done a lot less. So I'm going to predict either another Ice Punch or a Steel move and go into my Umbrella, the Politoed, and he does go for the Bullet Punch indeed, and I'm gonna set up the Rain. And now I was actually thinking of going for Toxic, but I wanted to play it safe and go for Scald, and I get a Scald on the Milotic, and unfortunately I get the Burn Hacks, which is actually beneficial for him simply because first, the burn actually activates his ability, which is called Marvel Scale, and this ability boosts his defense. And second, if I would have gotten Toxic, it would have been easier for me to stall him out and eventually to wear him down because of the residual damage, which is rising. But you know, I can deal with it. So I go into my Sharpedo right now, and he goes for a Toxic. I know I can sponge any move unless it's Hidden Power, Grass / Electric. And here I go for the Hidden Power. Actually, I was thinking it is Grass, but that was a huge mistake on my part because I forgot what kind of Hidden Power I had. So I'm gonna get my Speed Boost right now, and I need to actually change my plan a bit. I want to switch into my Gallade, actually thinking he might go for the Recover again, predicting my Dark move. But he does go for the Scald, and thankfully I don't get the Burn, which is great. But the Scald does a shitload of damage, so I really don't want to stay in right here, risking to get burned again. So I go into my Latias. I'm pretty sure I can live a Scald and then fire off an enormously strong Draco Meteor. But he's gonna get the crit, and this battle was actually fooled with Field. What's better, fooled, Field? I think Field. Yeah, excuse me. I'm just rambling right here. Field with hacks, which made it actually spectacular. And I lose my Latias, which is it's just really bad for me just because Latias is a check for most of his team members, and I'm gonna go into my Parasect right now. He goes for the Ice Beam and gets another crit, and without the crit it would have done less than half. I go for the Leech Seed though, and after the Dry Skin, Lefties, and Leech Seed, it puts me up to a considerably high HP stat, but I'm not going to be able to live another Ice Beam, and this Hex is pretty gay too. So at this point I was like, alright, yeah, this is pretty much the end because I have nothing for this Milotic. I can't do jack against him. So go into my Bitch Fish right now and go for the Crunch, and this is a mistake. Sorry. I'm just... Alright, so this is not the part where I make a mistake. I just go for the Crunch. I want to see how much it does. And the Marvel Scale is activated, so it does less than half. And I didn't really pay attention at the screen at the time I was actually battling. And I started really paying attention as soon as I saw that it actually becomes a pretty epic game. So I'm going to get my Speed Boost right now, and he wants to switch into his his Zoroark, just to fodder it out and get some more poison damage on me. So he tries to stall me out right here because Sharpedo is actually doing some work right now. So he goes into Metagross, and seeing me having Hidden Power and Crunch, he's thinking that I don't have the Hydro Pump, but I do have the Hydro Pump, so he doesn't go for the Bullet Punch, which is a mistake on his part, but he was thinking I may have the Aqua Jet, but the Hydro Pump in the rain will definitely kill him. Plus I'm running a plus special attack nature, and also I have a lot of EV, special attack EV investments. So he's gonna go into Milotic right now, and this is my mistake. I go for the Crunch. What I should have done here is go for the Hydro Pump, even though it is not very effective, but seeing that the rain is up, Hydro Pump has 120 base power, stab, and plus I have a lot of special attack investments, it would have killed easily. And yeah, this is my mistake, and at this point I was already shitting my pants, like literally, because I can't do shit against him. I go into my Glade, and he does go for the Scald. I was hoping he won't get the burn, and he doesn't, which is extremely lucky on my part. And the Drain Punch will allow me to leave another Scald, which is great. And I think that, I don't know why he doesn't go for the Recover right here. Probably he feels pretty bad because he got a lot of hacks, but at the same time he doesn't want to give me a lot of recovery, so I think that was his thought process right there. So I kill him off with a Drain Punch, which is great, but at the same time my Glade doesn't have any boosts and doesn't have a sub up, which is bad. So he goes into Gengar right now, and here's an important hacks. I go for the Shadow Sneak. I know he can easily live this, but I get a crit, which is extremely important just because without the crit, a 40 base power Shadow Sneak probably would have done like more than half, and that would have been it. But he's down his 2 last, which is a Salamence and is a Ninetales, because you saw in the battle preview, I can spoil it, whatever. So he kills me off with a Dragon Claw, and I want to see what kind of Salamence this is, so I'm going to go into my Politoed, and seeing the Dragon Claw, I'm thinking he may not have the Outrage, and he really doesn't have it. He goes for a Draco Meteor, and since I'm running max special defense, I will be able to leave it easily and go for the Ice Beam for the kill. So my plan right here is he goes into Ninetales. I'm probably thinking it may be a Drought Ninetales, so I will be able to switch out into my Gliscor, fire it out, and then bring back my Politoed to get up the rain and to ensure the Scald killing the Ninetales. But surprisingly, it doesn't have the Drought ability, which is, I guess, actually good, and I still want to fodder out my Gliscor just to see what kind of Ninetales this is, and he does go for the Energy Ball on my Politoed right here, and he gets a crit, but that crit actually didn't matter because I still live it, which is perfect, and the Scald will be able to kill him at this point because of the rain. So that was definitely a great game, RedRoserade. I really enjoyed it, and if you did, guys, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, PokeMoshPit.